David Sadker, author of Teachers, Schools, and Society, researched the subtle but pervasive patterns of gender bias that characterize so many of America's classrooms. Watch as Dr. Sadker dramatically demonstrates this classroom bias for a group of Maryland educators. While he will make some examples of this bias quite obvious, other patterns will be far subtler. See how many examples of both types you can identify.
What we're going to do today is a little different. I want to try to bring the research to life. So I'm actually going to teach what we found in our analysis of hundreds of classrooms. A number of them, even in the original study, were in Maryland. And I'm going to demonstrate what bias in the classroom looks like. Does that sound like fun? And I'm going to do it right up here with my class. Oh my, what have I forgotten? There are no students there. Guess where I'm going to go for my students? Yes, to the studio audience. Can I have volunteers? And I want to select 2 of the male persuasion and 2 of the female persuasion to be students in my class, okay? Anyone feel courageous and want to volunteer? Okay, we have a few hands. Class, today we're going to review the major points of the chapter you read last night, The Gathering Clouds of War, about the American Revolution. So take out your homework and let me see how you did. Okay, Karen, can I see yours? Okay, Karen, would you all look at Karen's work? Is this the neatest paper you ever saw? Karen, this is beautiful.
Thank you.
You write, you print like a typewriter. If you were born 500 years ago, you'd be a monk. It's beautiful. This is the kind of paper I like to put up on the bulletin board for open school night. That's lovely.
Thank you. That's great.
Yeah. And Kathy? Okay, Kathy, 6 and 9 are not correct. Bob? Okay, Bob, 6, 8, and 9 are not correct. Bob, do you know the boldface print in your textbook?
I think so. Is that the dark stuff?
The dark stuff.
Okay.
And some of it's like in the margin. Do you know why you missed those 3?
No.
You weren't looking at those subheadings to guide you to the right place in the book. So you were looking at the wrong parts of the chapter to answer those.
Okay.
I know you can do better next time.
Okay.
Okay. Anthony? Where's your homework, Anthony?
It's here.
Anthony, take my word for it. It's not here. Why did you do your homework?
I was busy. I
Busy?
had a game last night, yeah.
Ah. Was the homework too difficult for you, Anthony?
No.
Shouldn't be. It's the same assignment you had last year at this time. You see me after class, Anthony. I want the homework done, and I want it done on time. Am I smiling?
No.
Okay. Okay, let's review the major points of this assignment together, and that way we'll all be on the same channel. Fair enough? At the beginning of the American Revolution, most Americans earned their living doing what? Bob?
Farming.
Absolutely correct. Most Americans were farmers. How did people in Great Britain earn their living? Anthony?
Merchants.
They were merchants. Let me give you a hint. Great Britain is an island. Go with that.
They were fishermen.
They fished! And when they wanted to leave the island,
They sailed.
they sailed. Where did they get the boats?
From fishing.
For fishing, but where did they get the boats? I mean, they built them.
Fishermen. Yes.
Which country had a more robust and wealthier economy? The colonies or Great Britain? Bob?
Great Britain.
Which country had More people. Anthony?
Great Britain.
Which one had a bigger army?
Great Britain.
Bigger navy?
Great Britain.
Bigger air force?
They didn't have planes.
But if they did, who would have had it, Bob?
Great Britain.
So the odds-on favorite, to win this war was?
Great Britain.
Okay. But those of you who read the newspapers, you know, in fact, Great Britain didn't win this war. That's why we have a newspaper called USA Today. Had the British won, that very same paper would be called UK Today. Yes? So, how did we overcome these incredible odds and win our independence? How did this happen?
Well, the people got together and they were really motivated about this, and they had a tea party, a Boston Tea Party, and decided to overthrow the British.
Is that correct, Bob?
Sounds good.
Yeah, they were motivated. We also had incredible leaders. Who were some of our leaders during this time?
Thomas Jefferson.
Excellent choice.
Samuel Adams.
His
Benjamin Franklin. John Adams.
Alexander,
Hamilton.
George,
Washington.
Patrick.
Henry.
Amazing. A country with 2.5 million people with leaders like Washington, Jefferson, Adams, Franklin, unbelievable leaders. What I'd really like to do now is demonstrate the tactics the Americans used to win the revolution. And to do this, I need a volunteer. Whoa! Bob, I think you'd be the best volunteer for this. Why don't you come down here, face the class. Good. Let's put up one hand here. Oh, excellent. One hand here. Is everybody watching? All right, watch what we do here. This is how the Americans fought. Boom! Hey, Anthony, what did the Americans do?
Use guerrilla tactics.
Excellent. That is very good.
Okay.
Thank you, Bob. You did a good job. Were you ever a tree before? That was excellent. Actually, Anthony, if there was CNN at this time, would you like to be a CNN reporter?
Yeah.
Okay, stand up.
Okay.
You'll be one. You stand over here, right over here.
Okay.
Look out. Oh, you see over there?
Okay.
You see the trees?
Right.
What do you see behind those trees, Anthony?
Not much.
You
Little
can't see
head
any.
here or there.
Your head. Who's hiding there?
Don't know.
You can't tell. You know why?
Why?
They're camouflaged. They're using guerrilla tactics. Uh-oh, I hear music. Do you hear music?
I hear music.
Oh, it's coming from... You see? Oh, there's a road?
Oh, yeah.
Who's
The
coming
row of
down?
redcoats.
Oh, yes. And how are they marching?
In a line.
What?
Straight across.
And what do you think's going to happen when they go over towards those woods?
I don't know, but we better duck.
They're in trouble. What a great strategy. That's good. Terrific. Well, here you have it. The Americans using terrific strategy, terrific leaders, and a lot of motivation. As Bob said, they took on the British and they won. And the most liberal country on the face of the earth was born. Who saw some bias they'd like to share? Right up front. Want to stand when I...
Sure. David, your lesson was very entertaining, and you did personalize it, but you only personalized it for half the class. You left out the females. I know Bob and Anthony's name, but I don't know the women's name.
That's right. Thanks. The males got more attention, more interaction. It wasn't subtle. But in classes that we've seen around the country, males do get more instructional attention. Males do get more instructional attention. They get called on more, and when they don't call on, they volunteer more. So whether they do it or the teacher does it, they get more attention. By the way, that name comment you just made, they've done studies like that as well. They've asked teachers, what students that you've had before do you still remember? Male names come to mind much more frequently than female names. Yeah. So they're the more salient. What else did you see in this class? Way over here. Yes, Donna.
Hi.
Hi.
I noticed that being female was tricky in this class, but being a female of color was a double whammy.